The Journey of Hassan, a story of survival and redemption and how he got married to Maryam. Hassan was a man with a dream too big for the dusty village he called home. He had heard tales of prosperity in a distant land, a city where the streets were said to glisten with opportunity. Desperation pushed him forward, for his land was barren, and his future seemed as desolate as the cracked earth he tilled. One day, with little more than a tattered backpack, a few coins, and hope in his heart, he set off on the arduous journey, the descent into shadows. The journey was not as he had imagined. After days of walking, Hassan ran out of food and money. He encountered a group of men at a border town who promised to help him cross into the next country for a small fee. Desperate, he handed over his last coins only to be abandoned in the wilderness. Hungry and hopeless, Hassan stumbled into a smuggler's den. The men there were ruthless but pragmatic. Seeing his desperation, they offered him a deal. Help them transport illicit goods across borders and they would feed and shelter him, though his conscience screamed against it. Hunger and exhaustion silenced its cries. Weeks turned into months as Hassan became entangled in a web of criminal activities. He smuggled goods, forged documents, and even acted as a lookout during heists. He justified his actions as a means of survival, but each act chipped away at the man he once was. The woman who changed everything. One night, while crossing a perilous mountain pass, Hassan's group encountered another band of travelers. Among them was Maryam, a spirited young woman with piercing eyes and an indomitable will. She was fleeing an oppressive regime and traveling with her younger brother, Kareem. When a violent storm trapped both groups in a cave, Hassan found himself drawn to Maryam's strength and her unwavering belief in a better future. Over the following days, the two grew close. Maryam saw through Hassan's hardened exterior and encouraged him to leave the life of crime behind. When the storm passed, Hassan chose to leave the smugglers and join Maryam's group. It was not an easy decision. The smugglers, feeling betrayed, beat him mercilessly before letting him go. But Maryam nursed his wounds and stood by him, and her kindness sparked a glimmer of hope in his heart, a marriage of necessity and love. As they traveled, Hassan and Maryam faced countless hardships. At one checkpoint, authorities detained them, accusing them of illegal entry. To avoid deportation, Maryam suggested they marry, as couples were less likely to be separated. What began as a marriage of convenience blossomed into genuine affection. Maryam's belief in Hassan's goodness became a beacon for him. Together, they strategized how to navigate the treacherous journey ahead. Encounters along the way. On their way to the promised city, Hassan and Maryam met people who changed their lives in unexpected ways. The good. In a small village, they met a kind farmer named Elias, who took them in and taught Hassan how to cultivate crops. Elias was a man of deep faith who believed in second chances. His wisdom planted the seeds of redemption in Hassan's heart. The bad. A slick-talking con man named Raoul offered to guide them through the final stretch of the journey, but instead led them into a trap. They narrowly escaped, losing their few belongings in the process. This betrayal hardened their resolve to trust only those who earned it. The Redeemers. A group of aid workers found Hassan and Maryam near the city gates, weak and starving. These workers, led by a woman named Grace, provided food, shelter, and advice on how to enter the city legally. Grace's generosity reminded Hassan that goodness still existed in the world. The gate of the city. After nearly a year of trials, Hassan and Maryam stood at the towering gates of the city they had dreamed of for so long. The guards eyed them suspiciously, but with the documents provided by the aid workers and the lessons learned from their journey, they entered without incident. As they stepped into the bustling streets, Hassan looked at Maryam and whispered, "We made it." But in his heart, he knew the journey was far from over. The city held new challenges, but for the first time in his life, Hassan felt prepared to face them. Not as a man running from his past, but as one striving for a future built on honesty, love, and redemption. Their story became one of hope and transformation, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of second chances. God bless you.